Our adventure today is Alligator Gar, Trinity River. You've seen us do this before, but now we have a dignitary with us in Hunter Cole with Pure Fishing. And now he's going to get hands-on at how his own equipment works on the meanest fish in freshwater. Are you ready for the challenge?
Yeah, I think.
Get him.
I'm gonna tell you something right there.
Good girl. That is a good.
I gotta get him out of that.
That's a heck of a crappie right there.
Now get out of her way.
That's a good start right there.
Tell you what.
The G3 Sportsman is presented by Yamaha. Reliability starts here.
These alligator gar are some of the smartest fish I've ever fished for. You know, when you're running the river here and you get in these holes, you see a few snags on the surface and you know, you don't see what's under the water. I run through these rocks and snags and it's a pretty nasty river to run up and down in, but it's got some awesome fishing.
Why are there just so many big fish here? Or are they everywhere?
They're everywhere in the Trinity River. They're not in a lot of the other rivers. They've been shot with bows and persecuted pretty bad, and people eat them a lot. I mean, they were a commercial fish for a long time, and I caught them for a long time and killed a lot of them, and that's how I learned how to catch them. And they're a fish that's, luckily they live in some places like this that's pretty remote, you know, and hard to get to, and so they're not persecuted as much as they are in a lot of other places. Look at that, beautiful. Place only a mother could look. Or a nice alligator gar.
I'll put it in there.
Just tighten it up pretty fast. Just start reeling real fast, and as soon as it comes tight, whack him now. There you go, keep him tight.
I really had no idea what to expect. I mean, they said we're going to be in shallow water and in aluminum G3 and going to be going up and down the river, but when they said we're going to be putting rods out on the bank and then we're going to grab them off the bank and the alarms are going to go off, I promise you, I had no idea what we were getting into. These fish are something else. I mean, they fight hard and they've been around. They're smart, and that's why they've been around for millions of years. I guess hundreds of millions of years.
This segment of the G3 Sportsman is brought to you by G3 Boats, a great catch. Fiocchi Ammunition, what's your game? Abu Garcia, for life. And by Garmin, we'll take you there.
Yeah, you can turn him loose. That's a little short pair of pliers to turn him loose with. You don't have any longer ones?
Never seen anybody take a look at one. Nice. All right, that's warm up.
These fish, we've had a big spawn about 4 years ago, so we've had a lot of small fish, and that's what we've been catching. Every time we come into a hole like this, a fish will grab the bait and run with it, and it's a 40 or 50 pound fish, which we say is a small fish, and that's a pretty big fish for a lot of people, but to us, that's just a, you know, a real small gar. Push your, yep.
All right.
I fish from mid-April through the end of October. Any of those months are good. They're you know, it's real hot here then. It's in the, from say mid-80s up to above 100 degrees in June, July, and August. And it's something that I've fished for these fish so long now that I've got so many different spots. Like I live about 110 miles from here, but I fish about a 400-mile stretch of the river. There we have a fish going. Bump coming in. You can pull that alarm if you want to, Scott, and then we won't have to come back and get it. Take that bait, they'll blow up a little bunch of bubbles. That's, they're blowing that air out of their stomach. Okay, sure, you can go on and flip your button forward and start reeling on him now. Yeah, this is a better fish. May not be a monster, but he's better anyway.
He's big, whatever it is.
Gaining ground on him.
Yeah, he doesn't realize he's caught yet. Come on, buddy, jump.
Yeah, well, they're getting a little bigger.
There he goes, he's gonna jump.
So that one's what, 50?
Yes, sir, that's just about what he is. Just about what he is with a mouthful of teeth. There he comes.
You knew that was coming, didn't you? That looks like an alligator
Yes,
coming
sir.
out, doesn't it? Just right there.
Yes, sir.
Crocodile.
Now let me just run it all the way up to the end of the rod. Just pick him back up again. Scott should be doing this because he likes to do this. He likes to play cowboy. Just pick him on up, make him come up. What you want to do is make sure you get that rope behind the gills so you don't hurt him. Just like that. And then watch your feet.
Over here.
You want him right in there, do you?
That's your open spot.
Okay, sure.
You want the bail open?
Yes, sir. Whoa. He's after everything. I've been fishing for these alligator gar since probably 83 or 84. I've been doing it as a guide since about 99. And I'm the only person tagging these gar in Texas. I do a tag and release on these fish, and I turn all the data over to the state. They're never calm. Just bump him with a little tag in. Then we get his length and girth. Okay, sure. Got him?
56.
56. $20 and a half. Okay, baby. See you later. He's gone. Now we'll get a...
And the hook will rust out.
Yes, sir. Hook will rust away, and that's why I use the bronze hooks or the cadmium hooks. I don't use stainless hooks.
This was a special trip because I got to use some tackle of ours that I hadn't really used before. Working for Penn and for Spiderwire and Shakespeare and Ugly Stick, all the great companies like that. you get to use a product, but I'll be honest, I hadn't used 150-pound spider wire stealth before, and the Penn 760 live liners were neat today too, just getting to see how smooth they were and how perfect they worked for when the gar would grab the baits and swim off. But that's the neat thing. I mean, you get to work in the fishing industry and you get to travel a little bit, but when you get to use the product that your company's making is the best part of the job.
There you go, perfect.
Here you go, Hunter. Just hand it to me. I'll put it up.
It's no hurry, Scott. We just got another one going. There we go.
I want to give that one time.
You want to give her time to swallow it?
Yep.
Gonna bump.
All right, show me some bubbles. Eat that thing. Think he's still there, Kirk?
Yes, sir, I think so. I think he's just giving it a good chew. It's kind of like Scott worrying a plug of tobacco. And we set these rods on the bank on these battle arms, and these fish will take the bait and they'll run downstream with it, and we just follow them until they get comfortable where they think they've got the fish killed, and they'll go over to the side and they'll stop, and they'll kind of sink to the bottom and they'll sit there and chew that fish. And then once they think they've got him killed, they'll swallow him, and then they'll turn around and go back upstream, and that's when we set the hook on them. Just start reeling. As soon as it comes tight, whack him. There you go. That's a better fish. Yes, sir. Anytime they take line from you, yeah, get your hand a little further in front.
There we go.
Yes, sir.
That's what we want.
That's what we want.
He's still not a monster.
Well, we're working up to that. You got to get reps in first.
What's down there? Whoa! Still?
It's a little bigger than the other. Look at the power how it feels there.
Yep.
Yeah, it does.
This segment of the G3 Sportsman is brought to you by Beretta. 500 years, one passion. Mossback fish racks. No matter how you stack them, we attract them. Berkeley. Catch more fish. Shakespeare. Quality fishing tackle since 1897. And by Yamaha. Reliability starts here.
He's gonna give me a bath. You see, he had no respect. I was gonna tell you, as a matter of fact, I'm gonna just tag him on the outside of the boat, and it just estimate. I do that quite a bit because I've tagged a couple of them about that size. He's about a 52-inch fish, and then we don't have to get him in here and get all slimy.
You gonna get this thing up here?
He had him up here already, and I just didn't land him for him. Now, come here, buddy. Be real nice about this. We'll take this very seriously. Okay, you're gonna like this, don't worry. Perfect.
Okay.
Now, take our long D hooker here. So we have to get our finger in the mix. That's made him mad again.
He'll do that to you. He'll let it just work you right up to the boat, and then.
Well, ain't that the object? Ain't that the object of this? Fighting one? I mean, you don't want him just to give up. If he gives up, it ain't no fun. Okay, buddy. There we go.
Quick release.
Got a tag. Okay.
What was that one, 40 pounds?
Yes, sir. People always ask me when they call me to want to go fishing with me, they said, well, we don't know anything about gar fishing and we don't know anything about fishing. Said, is that going to hurt us? And I said, no, because people from all skill levels come fishing with me. People that have never even caught a fish before to people that have caught fish all over the world. And so if you've never caught a fish, don't worry about it. Just come, we'll catch one. And if you've caught a lot of fish, that's good too. Now we got a lot of another fish going, so we need to go get that rascal and see if we can get this done. Now that's what you want a fish to do.
Well, it's dang sure doing it. Just gonna get our rally caps on.
There we go.
Rally caps are on.
Oh, Lordy.
This could be the good. This is one. Come on.
This could be the one.
What we have ahead of us is a bad snag. Brush, logs, everything, and that's where we do not want this fish to go.
That's where we don't want him to go, but that's where it looks like he's going.
I've got my game face
Yeah,
on.
I've seen pointers that wasn't as on point as he is.
He's starting to get that little quiver, you
Yeah.
know. Yeah.
You can go on and tighten up to him now. Tighten up fast, reel it fast, and whack it. Keep reeling. Keep it tight. You don't have to jerk anymore. You got him now. There he goes. Pump him just like you would a big fish.
Boy, he had a lot of line out.
A lot of line. He was way up there.
I wonder what this is going to be.
I don't know. But now he's decided to come back downstream. He doesn't even know he's hooked.
No, he's not sure he's caught yet. But he is a bigger fish, I can tell you already.
What you want is that drag just to run off.
Yeah, he's not sure he's hooked yet though. See, he hasn't got his head up, and when you don't pull one's head up like that, he's a good fish.
Yeah, I like seeing that drag.
That's what we like to see. When he can turn this boat around, this is an 18-foot G3.
19.
19. Well, see, he's even spinning a bigger boat. There he
It'll
goes.
come up.
Now that's a good fish.
Stay away from the snags, young lady.
Yeah, no kidding. No kidding.
When Scott invited me on this trip, he said, hey, it's not going to just be a fishing trip. This is going to be an adventure. And I think that's probably the biggest understatement I've ever heard. We haven't seen another boat. We haven't seen any cars. All we've seen are deer and different animals and out. It is truly an adventure.
Boy, that's a good
That's a nice fish. He's going to be over 100.
Oh, goodness, look at that thing.
Yep. I'm just going to do this one this way.
You want to go around the rod again?
No, sir, I've got it here. I just made a small loop here. Come on. Come here,
Want the
darling.
bail open or shut?
No, sir, you're fine right now. I'm gonna have to slip this rope down over her gills. You don't want to in her gills because it'll kill her. Just like that.
He's got it now.
Oh my goodness gracious. Oh goodness gracious.
And that's just a baby. But it's a better baby than what we've been catching.
Goodness. So how much is that one?
100.
You sure it's like
maybe.
not 95 or something?
I think he's 100, don't you, Scott?
I think it's 1-0-0.
This trip was really special. It was an adventure, and I encourage any of you out there to give it a try, especially if you've got a son or a daughter that maybe hadn't been fishing before, because this would really be an adventure. And while we were kind of hoping for some 150-pound fish, I guarantee you a 30, 40, even 50-pound alligator gar, when you give that rod to a young lady or young man, they're going to have the time of their life, and it'll be a great experience you can share with them.
Ready? Bye-bye, darling. And there she goes. If you're wanting to fish for these fish, you need to, don't wait till the last minute. Like if you're wanting to come in June, you have to call about a year in advance because I book up real quick. And I have people come from all over the world to fish with me, and they stay from a week to 2 weeks at a time. You can average about 100-pound fish per person that comes fishing with me. Some days you'll get 2 or 3 fish over 100 when you're fishing, but the next day you may not get one over 100. So it'll average out to about 1 or 2 fish over 100 per person that's fishing.
You know, there's an old saying in the media, when it comes to truth or legend, print the legend. Well, the legend is the alligator gar doesn't eat all the crappie, doesn't eat all the bass. In fact, it doesn't eat just all the fish in the river or lake that they live. The truth is, if they had and do eat everything, then they wouldn't be there themselves. There's a place for the alligator gar just as there is any other species. With overfishing, with dams, with dikes, we've disrupted the ecosystem and the spawning areas for these magnificent creatures, and there's no sense in it. Most likely there'll come a time when the alligator gar will have to be on the endangered species list, and that's a shame. But we still have time to do what's right and keep that from happening. In the immortal words from a wise old fisherman I've heard years and years ago, let's keep what you can use and release the rest. I think that says it all right there. Hey, that's all the time we got for this week's show. Hope you enjoyed it. Just remember, we'll be out there somewhere next week, right here on the G3 Sportsman. Thanks for watching. The G3 Sportsman has been brought to you by G3 Boats, a great catch. Fiocchi Ammunition, what's in your gun? Abu Garcia, for life. Food Saver, the #1 vacuum sealer. Garmin, we'll take you there. Mossback Fish Racks. Berkeley, catch more fish. Sony. Beretta, 500 years, one passion. Shakespeare. And by Yamaha. Reliability starts here.
Like a largemouth. He went like that, and there you go. There's your carp head back, sir. No, thank you. Breakfast of champions.
That's right.
There's some serious pressure backing down here.
These are the only rods I've never broke with alligator gar. They're the power rod by Shakespeare.
Damn, those are good.